I knew I had a bottle here somewhere. There you go. Signorina, you will break those beautiful nails. Okay. There you go. Thank you. A pretty girl like you should be careful around here. The Papas girl, Angelina Papas, you know her? Her father was in here yesterday, today, looking everywhere for her. She disappeared from the face of the earth. Coming home from work, she never got there. You didn't see it in the papers.
I never read that sort of stuff. Too depressing. Anyway, I've got my whistle.
Whoa.
This thing would raise the dead.
Ha! Buonasera, signorina.
Ciao.
Go ahead, Central 10. We have a deceased at this location. It appears suspicious. Could we have several detectives?
Given the information, false information. So, you are ready or you sit in the office? Tell them you have misled the schedule of your meeting. And ask them.
Detective Vance? Right, sir, I'm on my way.
Hayden.
What time is it?
Shh. Yes, sir. Where? Yeah. I'll be there 10 minutes max. Bye. Danny, I've got to go.
In just 10 minutes.
I told you this would happen.
A murder?
Yeah, just around the corner in Arthur Street. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I've got to go. Lock the door when you go.
Yeah, right.
How many bodies were there?
She's got no ID. Local cop found her about 3 while you were sleeping.
And you were?
Sleeping.
Right. It's jasmine, isn't it?
What?
Perfume you're wearing?
Oh, good morning. Female, early 20s, naked, no makeup, wet hair, no visible injuries, slight reddening around the nose and mouth. What do you make of that?
Remains of a lipstick?
Chloroform.
Give the lady an elephant stamp.
How'd you know that?
Lance's boys found a wart in the alley. It'll be tested.
Cause of death?
Are you ready for this? There's froth around her mouth. She drowned.
We're not far from that stormwater channel.
No, it smells too clean. It's more like in a bath.
Time of death?
Don't hold me to it. 5 to 10 hours ago.
Do you smell antiseptic?
Pine.
Right in your own backyard, Hayden.
Thank you.
Tess.
She looks nothing like the missing girl, Angelina Pappas. Not unless she's dyed her hair and grown 6 inches.
Washing, cleaning. They'd have needed somewhere private, maybe a warehouse.
My bet's on a house.
We'll have to see what the door knock turns up. Antiseptic.
Yeah, I know. Uh-oh, here it comes.
Where is she?
Over here.
Who found it?
Young off-duty constable, Bryce Phillips, lives locally.
Where is he now?
Around the corner in the community centre. He was throwing up all over the evidence, so I had the guy who runs it open up one of the bathrooms for him.
The Arthur Street Centre.
You got it.
We'll have to talk to them.
The whole thing's loony enough to be one of them.
They're going to be sensitive after the last time. You talk to them, Tessa, but tread softly.
Only a kid.
Some dad's pride and joy.
Not on the gardenia, do you mind? Another cop, right? Saw the body, you'd like someone to puke in private.
You got the first part right. I'm Tessa Vance, homicide. You're...
Robbie Masters. Is this the way it's always going to be? Something bad goes down, you turn up here.
Well, the sooner I establish there's nothing to connect anyone here to the murder, the sooner I'll get out of your hair.
The first thing I knew about it was when some detective...
Detective Hayden.
Came banging at the door to wake the dead. The young cop he had with him was white. He's still in there. Girl a real mess, was she?
Not particularly, no.
Oh, sensitive little soul then for a cop.
Do you always sleep here, Mr. Masters?
When I need to. I've got a room out in the back. I like to be available 24 hours if my clients need me.
What sort of clients do you get, usually?
Yes, some have been swept out of psychiatric hospitals and into the streets thanks to our all-caring, all-nurturing government, but none of them are criminally psychotic, and I don't want any of them harassed.
Do they sleep here?
Only some, if it's a choice between here and the street.
I'll need to speak to them. Where are they?
Tucked up with their nightmares. None of them have left the place all night.
How about you?
I was in my room till I heard the jackboots kicking at the door.
I'll tell Detective Hayden to wear his runners next time.
They sleep in here.
Thank you. Constable Phillips.
Who are you?
Tessa Vance, homicide. You look awful.
Sorry, I didn't clean up too well in there. I'll come back later. It's the first time I've seen anything like that.
You're human.
A bit of a career disadvantage.
I'm Sir Lancelot.
I'm Guinevere.
There's no signs of sexual interference, no visible signs of violence, just the chloroform reddening around the mouth. David, could you do a shot? Can I have the long forceps? There's an obstruction in her throat.
You mean she didn't drown, she choked on something?
She drowned. It's fragile. Tending to break up. Pushed into her oropharynx after she was dead.
What is it?
It's what brides and debutantes have in their bouquets. A gardenia.
Angelina Pappas still missing. And a dead girl with no ID. Angelina Pappas. How are they going to find her, Steve? In another garbage bag?
Hopefully it's unrelated. She's only been missing a couple of days.
A couple of days too many.
What's all this nonsense about camellias?
Gardenias.
Well, gardenias then, and a throat?
Yeah.
It smells, doesn't it? Smells of weirdos, smells of deviants, and the media, they're going to be on the sniff, they're going to have a picnic, and we still got no ID on the girl. Thorn. And a garbage bag as well. Right. The search for Angelina Pappas is off. She has unfortunately been found. We have a serial killer on our hands. He's saying it with flowers.
Chloroformed, washed, drowned. And a gardenia inserted in her throat after death.
There's a gardenia bush outside the community centre.
There are gardenia bushes all over the city.
Apart from fresh cuts on bushes, is there any way of determining which bush it came from?
Well, I might tell you where they didn't come from.
And how would you do that?
Well, gardenias are prone to fungal attacks. I can establish whether insecticides have been used, what type, possibly what brand. Then we can either test a couple of 100,000 gardenia bushes over the city to determine whether insecticides have been used, or we
could test a few particular ones.
Like the one at the centre.
Possibly eliminate them.
Perhaps, yes.
Nothing else, Tootsie?
But the way she was washed, meticulous. Whoever killed her spent a long time over it, and he did it gently, carefully. You might even say, lovingly.
He washed them lovingly, he chloroformed them lovingly, he drowned them lovingly, and then he sticks them in a garbage bag lovingly? Come on.
Forget that, Steve. Each girl was taken from where she was chloroformed to where she was drowned and then dumped back where we found her.
Right.
It'd be hard to get a car up there. You'd have to carry the limp body some distance. Angelina's body was found here, not more than half a kilometre from the first girl.
That puts the community centre slap bang in the middle.
Her parents said that she'd get the bus home from work, she'd get off here, and then she'd walk the last bit home.
Down Arthur Street.
Down Arthur Street. He's obsessed with cleanliness.
Well, that'd work for me if he used the girls sexually after he'd cleaned them. Why spend so much time cleaning them?
Because he's well aware of forensic procedures? What do we know about Constable Bryce Phillips?
I came off duty at 9, got some takeaway and went straight home. Chinese. Maybe that's what kept me awake.
The food?
MSG. The label said they didn't use it.
But you couldn't sleep.
I had a change of shift this morning, so I went to bed early. Tossed and turned. It was hot and sticky and there was no breeze to speak of. I lived down near Arthur Street, not far from the centre. I went for a walk, to get some fresh air. Fresh? That's a joke.
Bryce is from the country, new to the service and to the city.
So you went for some air, you walked down Arthur Street and you saw the bag.
Well, we'd been told to keep an eye out. Restaurants have been dumping their rubbish in the back streets. She was in there. The girl. staring at me. I hate this city.
So this is your neighbourhood? Right.
Every house a renovator's dream. Reminds me of funerals. Worse.
Worse than funerals?
Weddings.
No, I'd never seen her before.
And you didn't know Angelina Pappas?
Look, I told you I didn't.
Simon,
I'm sorry about the girls. I wish I could help, but I can't.
Angelina Pappas lived near here, and we found the other girl's body almost on your doorstep. Both girls very pretty, and yet you failed to notice them. What's the matter, Mr. Masters? Don't you like pretty girls?
Yes, I like pretty girls. I've seen the brunette, Angelina Pappas, a few times.
Oh, that's not what you told us.
You asked if I knew her. I saw her once or twice, that's all.
Where did you see her?
At the corner shop, Tony LeBlanco's.
Maybe should have another look. Might jog your memory about the other girl, too.
Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, no makeup and, well...
It does tend to change your appearance a bit.
Simon may make a bit...
Why don't you ask Tony LeBlanco? He knows everyone in the area. His wife has to pry his nose off the window every time a girl walks past.
Who needs such a son? Robbie, rescue me from this ingrate. V, you're not deserting me for a younger woman.
Vita Christoph and her son Simon.
I'm Detective Hayden. This is Detective Vance. Do you recognise this woman?
Beautiful. I mean, she's quite beautiful.
In case you hadn't noticed, sir, she's also quite dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't intend to be callous.
My son is an artist.
I'm an architect and amateur painter when I have time.
Mr. Christoph, the girl?
No, I'm sorry. I've never seen her before. And I would remember. Mother?
No, never. Perhaps if you want us to go, I come back later.
No, please. The girls would be too disappointed.
Well, then the show must go on. Okay? Come here, my naughty
We're going to need
boy.
names of anyone who's been hanging
Sit
around
tight.
the centre on a
Sit.
regular basis. Give
Let
them
go.
to Detective Vance.
Well, if there's nothing else I can do.
Can I get your address?
Of course. You'll find both my mother and myself at that address. I work from home.
Okay, thank you.
It's lovely to meet you.
I'm going to talk to Tony LeBlanco. Good luck.
She's popular.
Oh, they worship her. Vita was an actress and a dancer a few years back. Now she teaches them makeup and dancing.
That's quite a trick.
Oh, no, she's not stuck in the chair permanently. The operation on the knee a few weeks ago. It's almost back to normal, as you can see.
Look, Mr. Hayden, what am I going to do? Close the shop? Tell my customers I'm just running down a homicide back in 5 minutes? Oh.
She was murdered, Tony.
Oh, I don't know who she is. She's just another pretty girl. Comes in here for a bottle of mineral water. You've seen them in here. They live on the stuff.
Chat her up, did you? Worried the wife might find out about it?
Hey, I warned her, that's all. I tell her about the Pappas girl, and she shows me this whistle.
This what?
She says it'll wake the dead. Oh. She shouldn't have said that.
I want a statement from you. Come down to homicide first thing in the morning. I'd appreciate it, Tony.
I come most days. Take some of the strain from Robbie.
Do you usually stay late?
Why do you ask?
It's not very safe around here at the moment.
My son collects me. If I stay very late, Robbie wheels me home. It's quite close.
He said he usually closes the doors about 9.
Usually, yes.
I might just take a last look about. I can't see Robbie. Do you think he'd mind?
I don't think so. Why should he?
Why should he?
You look lovely.
It might have been polite to ask me. Or then you may have a warrant.
Do I need one?
Depends on what you want to see. It's my room.
Right, so I'll need that warrant.
No need for dramatics. If you want to pry, be my guest.
Thank you.
You see, I realise you have a job to do.
There have been 2 murders, so yeah, I do have a job to do.
And I'm prepared to cooperate. I just don't appreciate my clients or my friends being treated like criminals.
Which friends are those?
Well, Vita in particular. And she's a kind and generous woman. She helps me a lot, with her money and with her time.
Why does she do that?
Because she's a kind and generous woman. Have you pried enough?
I didn't see you as the flower type.
I'm not. Is that all?
I'd like the forensic people to take a look at your bathrooms. Well, I need a warrant for that.
No, you won't need a warrant for that. I just think you're a couple of minutes too late.
What are you doing?
I just felt guilty about being sick here. I thought I should clean up a bit.
If Constable Phillips ever decides to leave the police service, he will make someone a wonderful Mrs. Plod. The bathroom was spotless and therefore clueless.
It was worth a try.
Oh, as always. However, I am about to wash away the frustration with an incomparable bottle of Cabernet Shiraz. Could spare you a glass.
Next time, Fisk.
Ah, not totally your father's daughter then, eh?
No way I want to end up like that. Dead in a garbage bag, dumped in some alley. Rather die bungee jumping.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, when I'm 90. So what do you think he did with them?
Who?
Their clothes. What would the killer do with them? Burn them?
Oh, I wouldn't think so. They'd smoke too much. He might have buried them, or he could weighted them down and thrown them in the drain.
Or kept them to gloat over?
No, he might. These merchants like a trophy. Or maybe he gets dressed up in them.
Do you?
What?
Like to dress up?
In women's clothes?
Huh.
Come up and see me sometime.
You wear those big
Answer that. Someone's leaked the story of the press onto the Camellias.
Gardenias.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Yeah, who should I say?
I don't know who did it, and I don't know what to do about it, sir.
Steve?
Yeah.
It's personal.
May I?
By all means.
Steve Hayden. Oh, hi. Right. Which girl? No, you're not being foolish. Can you come down here right away? All right. See you when you get here. That was a friend of mine, Danny or Mitchell.
So I gather.
One of her girlfriends didn't come home last night, didn't turn up for work today.
She thinks she can ID our body?
She's bringing in a woman who thinks the deceased might be her flatmate.
Worth a try.
It's Sarah.
Sarah Lovett? You're quite sure?
Oh, Steve, I'd only known her a few weeks.
Hey. You be all right?
It was just seeing her, Sarah, like that. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
Always looked $1 million.
Did you see her around much?
Sometimes, parties and so on.
Did she often walk down Arthur Street by herself?
I don't know. They live near there. I saw her at the corner shop now and again.
Okay. All right, well, look, that's all we need. Can I get someone to drive you home?
I was hoping you would, actually. I don't think I want to be alone tonight. I could make us dinner.
I'll do what I can, okay? I've got to meet my partner.
Okay.
I promise I'll try and get there as soon as I can. See you later.
Why do you spend good money on stuff that's no better than what comes from the tap?
I'm cutting down on my fluorides.
Oh, fluorides are all I've got left.
She made the ID.
Who is she?
Danny Mitchell. She's a friend.
The dead girl.
Oh, Sarah Lovett. We're trying to contact her parents now. This is Tonilo Blanco's statement. There's not much there. What's happening at the centre?
Oh, Fisk has been all over the place. Sniffing, poking, clucking, magnifying.
Why wasn't I told about this?
Police whistle.
Yeah.
Well, Constable Bryce Phillips has cleaned up as well as Tessa says he did.
He did what?
Spotless and clueless.
He cleaned up. He cleaned the bath.
I think Constable Phillips is maybe one grape short of a charades.
Or smarter than we give him credit for. Anyone there?
Japanische Soldaten! Ich bin Baron von Lukas.
Hi.
U-Boot-Kommandant der deutschen Flotte.
Is Robbie here?
We're not English. We're Australian.
I'd love to, Danny, but I've got to go. I told Tessa I'd meet her at the community centre in 20 minutes. Danny, I'm not sure I've got time for this.
It's almost ready. 5 minutes.
It smells terrific, honestly.
5 minutes, I promise.
Hayden.
I think you'd better get over here, Steve, right away.
Right. On my way. Bye. I'm sorry.
Hold it right there, don't move. Sit down there. What are you doing here?
I'm on duty. I couldn't stand it.
What's happened? How'd you get like that?
What's going on?
Just stand over there.
Hey, be careful with that.
Don't move.
Get the first aid kit.
What are you doing here?
I was in my room.
I knocked on your door.
I know.
Please help me.
The first aid kit's over there. I'll help you get your shirt on. Eczema. Must have been driving you crazy.
I scrubbed and scrubbed. It won't go away.
What did you use, Bryce?
I found a brush. A wire brush.
Thanks, lads.
If you've got no objections, I'm out of here. I could use a drink.
Bryce will be down at Casualty if we need him. Whatever happens, he's finished in the job. What did Robbie say?
He said that anyone could have come in off the street and dumped the clothes. A donation.
Come on, Tessa, why? Why not just drop it in a dumpster somewhere? Take it to another suburb, let the Garbos take care of it. Why bring it back here of all places?
I didn't say I believed him. It could just have easily been Bryce.
Could. The same question still applies to him. Why?
And no prints other than the victims on either the jewellery or the whistle. And there is nothing on the clothes to give us any lead whatsoever. There's nothing torn, there are no hooks or buttons ripped. It has been removed very gently and very carefully.
Even lovingly.
It's not exactly how I'd describe it.
Me neither.
Apart from that, exactly what you'd expect from a street attack. Fine dust and gravel from the sidewalk, dog hair, usual detritus.
Perfect hair, perfect makeup, lots of jewellery, perfect clothes.
All of which the killer took great pains to remove.
This way, fellas. This way. Come on. This way.
She's alive.
I didn't see him. Sorry. Sorry. He must have crept up behind me.
But you're sure it's a man?
It would be, wouldn't it?
Were you wearing makeup, Claire?
Real thick stuff. Covers it.
Go on.
That's all, really. There was this thing clamped over my face. This awful smell. I think I struggled. I don't know. And I woke up here. Sorry. I can't remember.
I think the birthmark saved her life.
Maybe the killer is a perfectionist, right? She said she might have struggled with him, so maybe she scratched him. I'll get forensics to take some samples from underneath the fingernails. There might be some skin traces.
Oh, that's worth a try.
Yeah. You thinking what I'm thinking?
Bryce Phillips.
How else do you disguise scratch marks?
On top of the eczema with a wire brush, could you do that?
I'm not a psycho.
Oh, poor little thing.
It's all right, Claire. It's all right, you're safe now.
Is it dead? Poor little thing.
Her eyes were open.
You're not deserting me for a younger woman.
Where's she, Bo? Where's she, Bo? Where's she, Bo?
Exactly what you'd expect from a street attack. Fine dust and gravel, dog hair, usual detritus.
Steve. Forget Bryce Phillips. It's not Bryce we want.
Tessa, listen, look, his failure to kill tonight worries me.
Now he's rejected this one. We've got to assume that he may kill again. Tonight.
Christoph House. This is intuition, right?
This is Christoph! Vida! Vida! Hello there. Anyone else home?
What are you doing? I am not arresting a dog.
Hurry! Where's Mrs. Christoph?
How should I? What are you doing barging in here like this?
Where is she?
How should I know? This is harassment, you know that. Stay there.
Stay there.
Well, this is a little unexpected.
How long have you been here, Mrs. Christoph?
All night. I didn't realize making love was a criminal offense.
You don't have to say anything, Vida.
Where is your wheelchair?
What in heaven's sake is my...
Where is your wheelchair?
It's out there.
No, it's not.
Robbie, you put it there when Simon brought me.
Mrs. Christoph, I have to talk to you about Simon. Have you ever had any reason to worry about his state of mind? Mrs. Christoph, please, 3 women have been attacked. 2 have died. 1 could die tonight. You have to help us. Please tell us where he is.
No. No, you don't understand. When Simon was a little boy, his brother died in Vienna.
How did he die?
Is this necessary?
How did he die, Vida?
He was drowned. He drowned in a bath.
Thank you.
Erde zu Erde, Asche zu Asche, Staub zum Staub. Wir befehlen unserem Bruder in Gottes Hand, Jesus Christus.
Let's hope you're right about this.
He's got to be here.
What have you done? What have you done?
Open up, police!
Is she alive?
Yeah, I got a pulse. That's a good girl. That's it. It's all right.
Simon. So sorry.
He used his mother's wheelchair to move his victims in full view of everyone.
In a wheelchair, people look away. They don't look you in the eye.
You can go now, Mrs. Christoph. We've finished with you for the moment.
It destroyed our lives. We had to leave Vienna. His father suicided. Simon was all I had left. Can you understand that? I knew what he had done. But I put it away from myself. I protected him all his life. Loved him. He was too young to sin. He couldn't now, could he?
Come on, Vida, let's go.
want it or not. My theory is that when Simon Christoph washed off the makeup from those girls, when he stripped them and bathed them and purified them, he was carrying out a ritual killing of his mother, a ritual cleansing away of her sins.
What did his mother ever do?
Nothing. That was her sin, her great sin, her mortal sin. She did nothing. She allowed him to go unpunished for what he did to his little brother. She let him go through his life carrying this huge burden of unpunished guilt. That was her sin.
You've got company.
Why don't you bring her over?
No, we've got plans. We'll see you.
Well, they make a handsome couple. Tessa.
Sometimes I hate the nights.